Hello, 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 everybody. This is Allie Thompson with Creative Success Secrets. And last Friday, I actually went live on my Facebook page and in some of my Facebook groups. And I'm hoping to upload that video to YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, we want to get that up here too. But I did a live video showing a store launch that I did on my Shopify website. Now, this launch, we've been doing launches like this on our e-commerce stores, since I keep saying 2003. That's about when I remember we started doing this. Was somewhere around 2003. It may have been 2004, but let's say 16, 17 years I've been doing this same launch strategy. And basically what we do is every two to three times a year, we decide to have a big launch on our website, and we actually have a big sale. And I call it a launch because we actually use launch strategies to put the sale together. And there are a lot of people out there that have websites that are getting nothing but crickets and hearing nothing but crickets. Their site is out there gathering dust, and maybe they're sending an email here and there. Maybe they're posting to Facebook every day with a link back to their website, and they're just not seeing a lot of traction. And so I on Friday, I launched the sale. Our sales always start at noon on Friday. Whenever we have a big sale like that, it always starts on noon on Friday. And so I went actually live in the group while the coupon was being sent out and the sale was actually starting. And, the viewers got to watch live on their computers. They got to watch my sales and order. They got to watch the orders come in and my sales climb. So this is just a follow-up video to that. I told everybody I would tell them that I would share with them what we ended at once the sale was over, and give you kind of some insights on what we did that worked, what we learned, all of that good stuff. So that's what we're here for today. If you don't know, we sell rabbit toys. We sell rabbit toys to people that have rabbits that live inside their house. And it's a very specific niche. This is the same business we've had. We've had this business since about 2001. Is when we first started dabbling with this. And this has been a huge source of our income, and sometimes our only source of income for many, 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 many years. So when I talk about e-commerce and e-commerce sales and what it takes in order to be able to sell online, I'm coming from a lot of years of experience. We were in e-commerce before e-commerce was even a fad. Over the last 5 years, it's gotten more and more popular where people want to sell their own products online. But when we started, we were on eBay when eBay was hot. We sell on Amazon. We sell on our own website. We do sell a little bit on Etsy, but not a lot. But our own website is really where we put the biggest focus. When we're focusing on this business, we really focus on the website. And we decided to move from a big commerce site to a Shopify site. And that was part of our launch. Now, I got to tell you, before I go over these results, and you can see some of the numbers here, but before I go over these results, a lot of things went wrong during this launch. We had just converted our site from BigCommerce to Shopify, but our URL had not transferred yet. So our URL was completely not working. So the website that people have gone to, we've used the current URL we're using now, we've been using for at least 10 years. The website they are used to going to was not working at all. Not in the least little bit. Neither was our email working. So email was down, website URL was down. But the Shopify gives you your own URL. So we were able to use that. And then we just sent an email out to our customers using Aweber. We use Aweber as an autoresponder, an email autoresponder system. And we sent an email out to everybody. And this is, again, why it's so important to have a list of people that you can communicate with. We said, hey, URL's down. Here's the link you go to instead, and email's down. So if you have any questions, message us through Facebook. And it worked like a charm. People understood. They got it. Our URL as of today is up. Our email is not fixed yet. And that's just something I need to work on. So let's talk about the results. Now, on Friday, we had 40 some orders. By the time I ended that live, we had 40 some orders, and we had around, I think it was $2,400 or $2,500 in sales. And what I said at the end of that video was generally we double whatever we do in the first hour. So we'll have one of these sales starting on Friday and it ends on Tuesday. The first hour on Friday is half of our sales. Then the rest of the days that the sale is open and alive, we get the other half of sales. So first hour, half the sales, and it turned out to be true. And you guys can go back and look at that video where I say it at the end. I said, all right, we've had 40, I think we have between 40 and 45 orders. So I said, we'll get 80, 90 orders, and we'll probably do around $5,000. So here are the numbers. We did $5,089.20, and we had 90 orders, which is actually pretty darn good. You can see here on the right-hand side, and you can see it here from May 1st is when it started. Now it shows April 1st as $0 because we didn't have the Shopify site on April 1st. So it didn't count any sales from April, obviously, because that was on BigCommerce. So we did 3,662 all day on Friday. We did $630 on Saturday. We did $289 on Sunday. We did $211 on Monday, and then Tuesday's when it ended, and we did another $295. Now, one of the things that was very different about this sale is usually we have a spike here and we have a spike here. Now, you can see, I guess we could call that a spike. But my husband actually theorized that because more people are at home, they were more reactive on the day that the sale started. Because it did rack up pretty quickly there, even though it's normally like half, right? But we still got more than half that first day. So a lot of people responded that Friday that I think would have normally waited until later in the sale. So usually we'll see this big spike here, and then it dips, and then it spikes again on the last day of the sale. And when we send them reminder emails, hey, the sale is, expiring tonight. So it was very interesting to us that we did not have as big of a spike as we normally do. I was actually kind of shocked by that. That is not normal for us. Now you can see today, 0 sales. And a lot of times what will happen is after a launch like this, we will continue to get sales the next day. So even after everything has expired. So I feel like maybe he's right because more people were home. Just a lot more people took action on this particular day than what we would normally get. So that was interesting, and that's something that we learned. I'm not disappointed by the results. I think they're really good. $5,000 in 5 days? I'll take it. No problem there. So yeah, we did $5,000 in sales in 5 days. We had 1,000 store sessions, which equal to 872 actual visitors. So unique visitors is how many people actually showed up during the sale. And you can see we did get a spike of visitors on this day, but we didn't get as much of a spike in sales on that day. They were just more ready on this day than they were on the other days. So that's interesting. That's very interesting to me. Also, we did have some other things that went a little bit awry during this launch. We found on Sunday that there were a bunch of products that did not have weights included in them. And it was a total duh moment. Things happen. Things happen during a launch. You lose track of time. You lose track of what you've done correctly and what you haven't done correctly. And we all get in our own little bubble. And so on Sunday, we realized that there were a bunch of products that did not have weights added to them, and people were getting really good deals on shipping. So that may be another reason why the sales dropped down a little bit afterwards. People are like, hey, wait a minute, that was $6. And now all of a sudden it's $18 to ship that, where 18 was the real price to begin with. The other big change this time around, and this was true all of last year, but it seems to just keep getting worse, with USPS rates going up. One of our biggest products, our extra large activity zone, now costs $80 to ship to California. And California is one of our biggest markets. So we have definitely seen a hit, and we increased our prices. So we increased our prices and the shipping went up. So it now, if you live in California, it will cost you $200 to get that extra large activity zone, where they had been used to, our customers had been used to paying $80 for that product and maybe $20 in shipping. So it's like a 100% markup, right? It's really a big jump compared to what they were used to. Now, that doesn't mean we're not selling any, because we are still selling them. And newer people are going to have less of a reaction to that. Although $80 for shipping for something is always going to catch somebody's attention. There's nothing we can do about it. If somebody from Michigan orders the same exact product, it only costs $20 to ship. It's the nature of the beast. It's where we're at. And so we're trying to put more and more focus on our smaller products. We actually had one lady that wanted one of the big products, and I had to tell her, you're just going to have to order the smaller products if you don't want to pay that much in shipping. And she did. She came on and she ordered smaller products, but then that made the ticket smaller. So that is one thing that we are struggling with. And once I fix those weights on Sunday, that may have turned a few people off, although our biggest products weren't really affected by that. So I'm not sure about that at all. And so those are just some of the things that are working against us right now compared to what has happened in the past. And that's going to change how some of these numbers are expressed. This I love. 62.5% of our customers were return customers. This is huge, you guys. There's so many people out there trying to get new traffic, new traffic, new traffic, new traffic, new traffic. And I'm just trying to get the same people to visit us over and over and over again. Yeah, I like new traffic. I like new customers. I want new customers. And that's really, really important part of our business. But I spent $0 marketing for this promotion. I didn't have to run ads. I say zero in the last few months. Probably the last time I've spent money on marketing, it's probably getting close to a year. I have an email list of people who are my customers. And so I go back to that list over and over and over again. And you can see we still get new first-time buyers. But out of 63 buys on that first day, 40 of them were returning. Do not take your existing customers for granted and make sure that you are staying in contact with them, because this is a beautiful thing. Having returning customers come back and buy at that level is fantastic. I also want to look at our online conversion rate. We had 8.41% conversion rate. Now, in internet marketing terms, e-commerce conversion rates are considered 2% is considered on the high end. 2% is considered on the high end. We got an 8.41% conversion rate. That's huge. That's huge. And actually, if I took today off, which is what I should have, because we got to do this to this. It's at a 9.15%. So, there's people visiting today that aren't fulfilling. And we've had orders before this sale, even on this website. And we do get orders on a consistent basis on our website. So I don't want you to think that this is the only time we sell and then it's crickets after that. We do make sales. I think we had $400 worth of sales in the 4 or 5 days leading up to the actual sale. But 9.15% conversion rate, and it's showing it's up by 970%. Again, this is a brand new website. So that number, the increases and decreases are going to be relative to the fact that it was zero for a while. And then we had just a couple of sales, and then we had our sale. So, but 9.15% is huge. And if you are, again, in internet marketing, 2% is considered good. This is why having an audience is so important. 2% conversion rate is based on people running ads and doing SEO. But when you have an audience, when you have a Facebook audience, an Instagram audience, wherever you have your audience, and again, I recommend Facebook. Facebook's where we grew our audience at. And then you move them over into email and you connect with them that way, you can get high conversion rates like this. You can get almost 10% of people that came to the store made a purchase. That is huge. That is unheard of in internet marketing. Unheard of. But it's unheard of when it's cold traffic, when it's people who don't know, like, and trust you, and they're making a decision based purely on the merit of your product. But because these are return customers, they know who we are. They know that their rabbits like our product. It's already been tested. They're much more likely to convert, and they convert at a higher rate. And I just want to, over here, I've mentioned that returning customers, this was a brand new website. I did upload our previous customers to the site, so it did know this number. It knew who was coming back, who had made a purchase before. But like conversions from the past weren't migrated over. So some stuff came over and some stuff didn't. But 9.15% is huge. Average order was $57.56. We gave a prize to anybody who bought over $50 worth. They got a free gift. So that was big. We got 90 orders. Like I said, when we were at like between 40 and 45, that will double. So we got 90. This is a pretty average launch for us. This is pretty predictable. This was a little bit weird here that the spike didn't go as high. But by no means is the final number low. We'll generally do anywhere from 70 to 100 orders during a launch like this. That's pretty standard. We've gone over 100 orders before. I think the highest we've been is like 120. But 90 solid is a very good launch. We did pretty good. It tells us what products were sold by unit. This is one of the items that the shipping was messed up on. Actually, this one too, but it's already a lightweight item, but this was a heavier item and the shipping was messed up. But we'll just eat that cost. Cost of doing business and messing up on stuff, right? And the other thing I wanted to show you was sales by traffic source. Direct link. That means they clicked our link directly, which was really, they got the email. Now this email down here, I really got to learn how Shopify tracks this, but I'm pretty sure that this is an email Shopify sent saying, continue your checkout. It's called an abandoned cart checkout. Because all of these direct links I know came from email, because that was the main way that I marketed this. Unknown, who knows? They just couldn't track it for whatever reason. Social, we had 231. We did not do nearly on social what we normally would have or could have done. And a lot of people on our social get our emails. So there's a crossover there. But this is what I want to point out. Everybody is all up in arms about SEO, SEO, SEO. When you start a website, you need to do search engine optimization. And we actually rank really high on search results for our website. Now, granted that our URL was down for a period of time. We got it back on Monday, I think. So there were probably still some people that were able to search and find us, and they were able to get to us still. But this is not uncommon for us. Very little of our sales come from search engine optimization, and we rank really well for our keywords. The people that are trying to sell you on SEO are the people that cannot imagine any other way to send traffic to your website. And I just say they lack an imagination. I've never depended on search engine traffic. When we get it, it's nice. Actually, that search very well could be somebody saying, oh yeah, I remember getting an email from them, and maybe they're on a different device and they can't remember the URL, so they Google us. I don't know that for sure, but I do know when we've broken this number down in the past, they're specifically looking for us and our brand when they're doing the search and they convert over into a buyer. Rarely are they just like, I'm looking for rabbit toys. So this is why I don't put a lot of focus. There's a time and place for SEO, but if you're going to put a ton of time into SEO and get this kind of result versus putting the time and energy into collecting email and getting this kind of result, I'd much rather put my time in up here. Like, this makes a whole lot more sense to me than putting in a lot of effort down here. SEO is going to get you this 2%, this 9.15 is because it was email. 2% happens is a good conversion, because 1 to 2 is average, 2 being on the higher side. 1% conversion, 2% conversion is from search engine traffic. Again, which would you rather pick? I'd much rather have the direct traffic. And let's see. Again, this is store sessions, sales by traffic, and sales attributed to marketing. I got to figure out what they're calling this. Again, I feel like this is an abandoned cart. And I think the difference between this and this is looking at overall sale, including the shipping, and this is not including shipping. But I'm trying to figure out what they're considering marketing, because I did a lot of marketing. It just wasn't integrated into Shopify, so they don't necessarily know. And as time moves on, we'll be able to integrate that more and more and have a better idea. Okay, so that's pretty much the results of this sale. In full transparency, this stuff does not happen for the average user. I am not telling you to go out and start a Shopify site and all of a sudden you're going to make $5,000 in sales. The reason why this is able to happen, and the reason why my daughter, you can find videos that I've done of her where she'll do $3,000 in 24 hours on her Shopify site. It's not because Shopify has some magical quality that makes money. It's because we have an audience first. My 16-year-old has an audience. I have an audience. She put 9 months into building her audience before she even built a website. And she did it in the right order. Fortunately, she's got a mama that knows a thing or two. Again, I've been doing this for a long time. So fortunately, she knew what she needed to do, and she was able to do it right out of the gate. So if I was your mama, if I was helping you, and you said, I want to make these kinds of sales online, what do? I say the same thing to everybody. The first thing you need to do is build an audience. You need to identify who your customer is, build an audience of those people, engage them, build know, like, and trust, and then you can make sales. Then you can make sales specifically on the platform that you're on. So for instance, I teach people how to build an audience on Facebook. So we talk about the focus, who's your who are we trying to target here? How do we then build an audience? I teach you how to actually build that audience. And then how do you engage with them in a way that they build a relationship with you? And then ultimately how to make that sale on Facebook. Now, all of that is done without a website. No website in sight. I do not teach. So that's what my Posse program covers. And we get a lot of people to sales with no website at all. They're sending PayPal invoices. They're sending Venmos, they're sending Square invoices. Some of them are even sending them to Etsy. And a few of our members do have websites. But the website is not necessary to start building your audience and getting some momentum and making some sales. What we do is when you get through Posse and you really have that audience, you have the engagement, you have the sales, and you're ready for the next level, we do have a program that we call Next Level Academy. And that's where I teach everything that I did here. I show you the exact emails that I use. In fact, the emails for this campaign will be getting uploaded into Next Level Academy for those members to have access to, so they can see everything that I did. They can see every word that I wrote, every communication that I had with our customers. And we teach all about email collection, building a website that actually converts, and then how to actually send those emails. What strategies to use when you're sending emails so that they get opened and you make sales. Because some of you may be sending emails and you're hearing crickets, like they're not getting opened, they're not getting clicked, and there's no sales being done. And that's led a lot of people to the conclusion email doesn't work. And that's baloney. 90% of what you're seeing here, 95% was because of email. But I had to build the audience on Facebook first. I couldn't build that email list had I not had the audience on Facebook first. And when you have that audience, everything gets easier. Everything gets easier. So don't jump ahead. I would like for you to see this and be inspired to see what's possible, to have a little bit more power in your information, right? I think information is extremely powerful. I want you to feel very confident when you're moving forward with your online marketing strategies. And a lot of that confidence comes from building on your wins versus throwing a whole bunch of stuff up against the wall and instead having your failures stack on top of each other. And the failures stack when you do things out of order. If you are not, if you think the first thing you need to do is go and build a website and that's going to answer your problems, then you're going to have a failure. And unfortunately, over time, that those failures stack up and it kills your dreams. And that's very disappointing. So if you're watching this and you're struggling with online sales and you don't know how to build an audience, you don't know how to take that first step, the good news is that my program Posse teaches you exactly what to do to get started. We start with the first thing first without any distraction from all of the other programs that are out there. So we start first thing first, and we then get you to build that audience, etc. Posse has a 30-day trial. For $7, you can be a Posse member for 30 days and try everything out. You can watch the videos, you can join the community, you can have access to my Prompts for Profits calendar that gets you engagement on your page in a way that you've probably never experienced before. And ultimately, Posse is there to help you get sales, to get the money rolling, right? There's this big myth that you have to be like broke for 5 years trying to build a business. No, you need to get the money rolling and you need to get sales coming in. Yes, you can reinvest that money, invest in yourself and your education, invest in your business, invest in supplies, get more efficient, but that money needs to be coming in. And Posse is the fastest way I know to get people from zero to making cash on Facebook. So just check out the link either above or below this video. You can take the 30-day trial for only $7. You can cancel anytime during that first 30 days if you decide Posse isn't right for you. It is not right for people out, say it outright. If you are in direct sales, if you're a multi-level marketer, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those industries, but we have found that while some have been able to come into Posse and use the strategies in their business, the strategies in Posse are really built around handmade products that you as a creator are making, as an artist, as a crafter, as a just a handmade kind of person. Then it's much easier to follow those strategies because those strategies are created specifically for those types of businesses. There's a lot of things in direct sales and multi-level marketing. There are a lot of rules there that don't allow you to use the strategies in Posse to their fullest extent. So if you really want to try it, even if you just want to try it for the 30 days, you're welcome to try it. But I just want to be full disclosure. This isn't for everybody. This isn't for the hobbyist that's just looking to make an extra couple of bucks. This isn't for people who aren't willing to put in the work. There is nothing about online marketing that is quick and easy and fast. We make it faster and a little bit easier with the training. We help give you that clear path to take so that you don't have to be overwhelmed. But this isn't you're not going to make $5,000 necessarily in sales next month because you were in Posse. This is a process. This is a process and something you learn. It took us many, many, many years to get to the point where we were making $5,000 in sales during one of these launches. Again, we can get you there faster. But you got to start with step one. You got to start with step one. And we have had people that have, very fast results. We had somebody in the group that said their goal was $200. I think it was $200 was their goal for May, and they ended up making over $2,000. No website. So you don't need this, but this is definitely something to aspire to and to get to. But I'd love to see you in Posse if you need help with your business. If you need support, it's an amazing community, and just click the link, learn more about it. If you have any questions, just comment below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.